My question is for Father Alonso, who gave a really fascinating talk about some of the limitations of gene editing mechanisms. My question is that he pointed out some technical problems with some of the cures, but he also said at one stage that genetic editing is an affront to God. So if it turns out that we can make these cures safe for people with sickle cell anemia, or we can do more of the cancer immunotherapy, remarkable cures, would you still say, Father Alonso, that this is an affront to God, or would you celebrate these cures working in this case?
Well, it's a difficult answer, sir, because I have been involved in genetic engineering for quite some time. And obviously, I view that an attempt to address some of these limitations is probably an appropriate use of the tools. But I do recognize those that we harm on the way as we do this. And I have no objection to the limited trials that are ongoing to see if we can, in fact, help some of these individuals. My objection is the decision that there are certain gene traits that are going to be necessary, that should be applied to populations as a whole, and that basically an entire population's genome should be edited to do this. That's an affront to God.
Well, this is a question to the specialists. In matters of biology, I'm not a biologist, but I'm an architect. And the matter of design is something that's of very great interest, especially when it comes to man. And of course, I would like to put the question to Dr. Antonarakis and to Father Hieromonk Alonso. I wanted to ask, with respect to this code, this amazing code of our genes that we have seen decoded in the Genome Project. If this is a supercode, I would like to understand a bit better, in a few words, without too much detail, about what does it mean that we have this small percentage, the 4.3% understanding of how this code, in fact, corresponds to our genetic makeup. So this code must have many levels, at least that's what I understand. Could there be other codes that run in parallel with it, through it? If somebody could briefly respond to this, it's a question that's come to mind. So could you raise your hand so I can see who put the question? Well, this code, to the extent that we can know so far, has a single dimension. There are no levels to it. There are parts of it that do different jobs. So there are areas that codify a protein, others that simply create RNA without protein, others that control the expression of the genomes, of the genes, sorry. So what is the amount of a derivative that we must have? There are other areas that are made in order to target a specific area of the cell, and they go and stick on that. Other areas that do tasks that we don't know as of yet. What we do know is something that has to do with those genes that produce protein. More or less, there we know the grammar or what tasks they undertake. But for a large part of the genome, We have absolutely no idea. And we hope that we'll be able to learn more about it in the years to come.
Father Alonso, response?
The only other thing I would say is that because we really know so little about the genome, the medical aspects of the genome, it really becomes, it's hubris to think that we can alter a gene or gene sequence in the genome without affecting other parts of the organism. And that is really my concern as to how we play, as it were, with the architecture of the human organism.
All right, I think we'll have to leave it there, and please come back for the plenary session where there will be a roundtable discussion, and bring your questions. We have some wonderful experts here to discuss it. Thank you very much to all of the speakers.